How do you educate the older adult community members about the creative aging programs and especially that sequential nature of the classes?
We start with a focus group approach, which is to invite people to share a little bit about themselves with me and with each other, and also what their experiences have been in making art in their past. And we get great stories, anywhere from not much, and it was grade school, and I had an art teacher who told me I was bad, and so I've been really afraid, all kinds of stories. And it starts to create a sense of connection right there in the focus group. And then I introduce the nature of the program and what we'd like to offer, and emphasize that we're interested in knowing what they would like to learn, what kinds of classes interest them, and we take a vote in that focus group after we've listed the possibilities, and we start with where there's the most interest. So we are completely needs-driven, interest-driven here at Commonbond. The residents tell us what they want and need, and then I begin the matchmaking process with a teaching artist. And then the other thing that we do is once a class is introduced, then the teaching artist reinforces, here's what we're going to do, here's the class, but we're going to be flexible based on your pace and your needs. And so we're building the class with a sense of you get to help us determine where we go in this class based on what you discover and what you're doing with the teaching artist.
I'm curious how the older adults at Commonbond have responded to the creative aging arts education model of skill building, sequential learning, mastery.
The residents in different buildings who come together have their own personality. And so for some buildings, the group ends up being really eager for the skill building piece of it. They figure out, I want to learn how to paint clouds. I want to learn how to paint trees. They really figure out the things that they need help with. And so they're interested in that skill building. And then there are groups who are, I would say, more on the experiential end. They enjoy learning something new, but it's the experience of creating and the social connection that are more important to them. And so we have a flavor with our teaching artists who are very flexible and interested in meeting the needs of the group that they're at and adapting how they approach them and the pace at which they provide content.
I'm curious about this model that they've engaged with so beautifully, about what you've seen as the impact on them in the community and also on your organization as a whole.
The impact has been extremely positive. People really, that sense of discovery that I can learn to do something that I didn't think I could do is very powerful and transformative to people. And their confidence in themselves is also really helpful, because you can, when you have losses in your life or you're more physically disabled, your confidence can get a blow. And so building confidence in this other area is a really uplifting experience. People have told me how they can just get away from all their worries and just make art. New and stronger friendships have formed. They really appreciate that opportunity to get to know people in a different way and talk about, this would never have happened without this class. One of our property managers in particular came to one of our art shows at one of the places where Lynda taught and said, I want this for my site. And so she got it at her site when we were able to add funding, and has just been so supportive. And there's nothing better than the staff that you work with saying, I love this program, it's great, do everything you can to keep it.